What's up, everybody? It is your boy, Mug the Dude here, and we are back with another Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 Hero Colosseum video, and in this one, we're going to be talking about the best speed attack figures in the game. Not the best speed figures in the game, not the best characters that go in speed teams, because I think attack figures are different than speed figures, right? There's characters, like I said in last video, there's attack figures that go in speed teams, and then there's attack figures that go on defensive teams. For instance, look at Broly. You ain't putting him on a speed team, right? But he's one of the best attack figures in the game, so we can't lump him in with characters that are made to go first, because look at that attack stat. Nobody that goes first really has that attack stat. Nobody, right? So we're going to criteriarize this on posing skill, obviously. Posing skill, if they benefit, if they support, if they still hit hard, because the main goal of this, if they kill a character, the main goal is these characters should be able to kill characters easily. That's the name of the game. And if they have speed, that helps. Obviously, some of the faster characters are going to be higher up on this list because they also do hit ridiculously hard, everybody. But if a character hits ridiculously hard, and they're very versatile, multiple trigger squares, except for like one, you obviously guys know who I'm talking about when I say obviously one. But let's get into it, guys. I'll explain a little bit. Obviously, killing easily. How good is their posing skill? Is there any negatives? If there's any negatives, cool. Is it a viable posing skill? Can you activate all of the posing skill parts? Do they hit hard? Do they make people take more damage? Stuff like that, guys. So we'll be right back. I'll see you when I see you. Alright, guys. Number 10, in my opinion, is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, the second variation of it. Not the OG one, because screw the OG one. The OG one has more attack than him, but his posing skill is garbaggio. Freaking trash, guys. So number 326, Vegeta Super Saiyan 4, level max 99, HP is 6260, attack is 7360, defense is 870, speed is 2650, posing skill, Princely Pride. Place on the trigger square for plus 700 on defense, fantastic, he's gaining defense, he's now above 15, now at 1500 defense, I can't complain about that. Plus 20% to own damage dealt, that's guaranteed, you put him on there, he's getting 20%. And then he also, if it wasn't enough, supports everybody else by making everybody else do 10% more damage. So if you run up A skills with this guy, right? I've had multiple teams with him. My multiple teams was running... Ooh, what does ET skills do? How much do you actually gain? That ain't bad. So my original team was I had him with SEC skills, and he would gain 2 700 buffs from his posing skill and this, and he would be at 2100 defense. But like, it's weird. He has a lot of speed, so I kind of run him on more speed teams, as you guys can see. Speed up A, but I might try him on a defensive team to see how actually he works. But I think his trigger squares, top left, top right, beautiful trigger squares, right? If you're using an offensive team, right? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the EX one, and the OG one, both are protected by this character, and both get 10% damage buffs. If it wasn't enough that those two characters are broken beyond belief, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas, you get to support him with a character that makes him do 10% more damage. I don't know why they would do that. Overall, I think his stats are really good. HP, pretty solid, honestly, for a character that goes first. Like, they're not made to have, like, 12,000 HP. They're made to have moderately amount of HP. I think there's only, like, one character. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think there's one character that has... I think two characters might have more HP than him, and that's it. I think he might actually have the most HP. I could be capping, but... We'll be right. We'll get there in time. Attack, solid. I think he's on the second page because for this list in particular, attack stat really doesn't mean anything because, like, for instance, OG Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, he can do a lot more damage outside of his trigger square with SEC skills, but his trigger square is trash. He only has one, and his posing skill is the worst in the game. So that is why he's obviously better. He might have more attack. And Super Saiyan 2 Team Gohan also isn't on this list, guys. I want to note this. The attack one with like 8,000 attack or 7... I think he has 8,000 attack. He's not on this list. One reason. I use him on defensive teams a lot more. And that's just my personal opinion. You guys can think I am wrong. Opinions, guys. But we're going to hop into number 9. So he was number 10. Number 9. Now, by the way, Champa's not on this list. First time he's never made a list in this one. Number 9. My guy, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Now, when I did the video of him getting buffed and stuff like that, using him with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which, by the way, we'll get with his trigger square, but top left, one of the best trigger squares in the game, for attack figures, he's there. So Gotenks 2-6. I don't know why they have Gotenks Super. I don't know why they don't say Gotenks Super Saiyan 3, but Gotenks, level max 99, HP is 5010, attack is 7610, defense is 1220, and speed is 3050. Posing skill, natural talent. Place on a trigger square for plus 20% to your ultimate attack gauge at the end of turn. Phenomenal. I can't complain about that. If it was at the beginning, it would be OP, but beginning is the end. I'll take the end. 1500 to your attack and 700 to your defense when your HP is 50% or more. Plus 1000 to your attack when your HP is 50% or less. Trigger square, top left, top middle. So stats, HP is average HP for an attack figure. Not high, not really high, but it's there. Attack, phenomenal. He has more than you. But let's not even ignore that fact. Defense, phenomenal, considering he's gaining 700 defense when you put him on the field turn 1, which means he's almost at 2,000 defense for a character with, by the way, when you put him turn 1, gains another 1,500 attack, which puts him at 9,100 attack, if that wasn't enough. And his speed 3,050. Phenomenal. I think his trigger squares are good. Top middle, he goes in front of Videl. He goes in front of Ranger 17, who I've been using a little bit more. He goes in front of Super Saiyan 4 Goku if you want to use him with that, with like a hybrid defense and attack team. Top left, obviously, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Future Trunks. Top left, he can also go with Future Trunks. He can go with Goku, another character. Goku didn't make this list because Goku only starts with like 6,800 attack or 5,800 attack. To me, that's way too low. Like, he's not killing characters off rip. When I think of offensive characters, I think of characters that can kill characters on defensive setups. Because these teams, yes, they're made to counter offensive. They're made to counter themselves offensive setups. But like, obviously, this character is going to kill itself. Look, like it's gonna happen, right? But I want him to kill other people, which he goes top left, which means he goes in front of Vados. This character destroys Vados. So when I think of like benchmark, is this character good? Will he help kill a Vados? He does, no problem, guys. So number 9 was Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. He goes on numerous amounts of teams. Even when you get below 50% HP, he loses the defense buff, which is a little bad, but plus 1,000 attack, he's still at 8,600 attack, which I think is in the top 10 highest attack stats for speed figures. Like, if we go by speed, not a lot of characters are going to have 3,000 speed and 8,600 attack. Because if you put him in his trigger square, he gets the attack stat, the attack buff, no matter what, guys. But, and plus 20% ult gauge, that's a gigantic amount. Do that 5 times, you get an ult. Number 8, my boy Pikkon. He has the lowest attack stat out of everybody on this list. But the reason he's on this list, for multiple reasons. Now, his counterpart, Super Gogeta, is not on this list, too low of an attack stat, but obviously he worked perfectly well with this guy. But he's going to be, Super Gogeta is going to be on the speed list. And probably will he. Pikkon, level max 99, HP 5670, Pikkon 565, Pikkon, level max 99, HP 5670, attack 6260, defense 880, speed 3950, motion. Place on a trigger square to attack 2 opponents in the same column, repeatable. Minus 300 to outspeed, and minus 320 defense to all opponents. Guys, that's so good. Right there. Stop right there. We don't even need to read anything else. Right there, he's better than Kid Buu, because Kid Buu doesn't get an attack buff at all, but he gets to hit everybody. So he has a close attack stat to Kid Buu, but he's debuffing the enemy. I'm fine with that. And he debuffs himself, but I don't really give a shit about that if you have a Videl. And then the second part, 1.2 times own attack, which I did the math. I think he hits above, I think he's at like 7,400 attack, which is more than him. And he has more speed. And when you place with Gogeta, if you run him with Gogeta, everybody takes 15%. Plus 15% damage dealt by all allies, stacks during that turn only. Guys, that's phenomenal. Like, I can't, in no way, shape, or form, can I hate on this character at all. Minus 300 speed, I'm fine with, guys, but his HP is solid. Attack, pretty solid, considering he gains 1.2 times attack. If I dupe him out, he's going to be at 6960 attack. I ain't hating on that at all, considering 1.2 times own attack, guaranteed when you get in a trigger square, is phenomenal, guys. Defense 880, phenomenal. Nah, never mind. I'm sorry, not phenomenal. I'm on a roll. I'm talking. When I get talking, things start happening. I need to drink of water. Speed 3950, phenomenal speed. He lowers it, but like that's still good enough for like 3 turns, and then you're gonna be almost 3 turns, and 3 turns, and they will have the same speed. But he'll always have a higher attack no matter what. Even if with the 1.2 times, he'll always have a higher attack. Unless you dupe him out 10 out of 10. Trigger squares, top left, top middle, phenomenal. He goes with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He goes with Videl. He goes with Future Trunks. He goes with Future and bottom and top middle, underrated spot in the game. Because you can run him with Videl, which is one of the biggest teams you can run. Is him, Super Gogeta, Future Trunks, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Videl. Right there's like an unstoppable team. I have one, Legends has one, Santana has one, Jeezy has one. Everybody's made that team because that team is so overwhelming because this guy in particular hits everybody in the row in front of him, and that is such a ridiculous thing considering you can run him with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So if you run him, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in front of Vados, that whole row is dead basically. Guaranteed. And then you can run him with a Gogeta, which makes everybody take 15% more damage again. Everybody in that row is dead, guys. So, number 6? Number 7. Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta. The new one. Number 557, level max 99. HP is 6920. I think he has the second highest HP in the game. Second highest HP on this list. Attack 6500, 1230 defense, and speed 2080. Beyond all limits, posing skill beyond all limits. Place on a trigger square to cancel effects inflicted by the opponent after turn order has been decided. If an opponent's attack is higher than this unit's, attack plus 700. Top left, top right. The only reason this guy's on this list is because he has one of the best posing skills in the game. Excluding the bottom part with the 700. Place on a trigger square to cancel effects inflicted by the opponent. You literally can't do anything to this man. Toa ignores it. Vados ignores it. The only thing he doesn't ignore is like things you do to yourself, so like a Whis. But he has 6500 attack. So if Vados is in front, he kills Vados like every time. I was watching Legends and Santana play. I played Legends and both Santana. When they ran that character, my Vados died every time because he's that good of a character. He goes in front of Vados and he goes in front of a Whis. And he goes in front of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta if that character didn't need a bigger buff, guys. Decent HP, amazing HP actually. Attack is pretty good considering Vados does not affect him. One of the best, if not the best defensive character in the game, does not affect him. Toa, the best character in the game, in my opinion, top 5 in the game, does not affect him. Defense. I'm gonna say pretty average, but like not bad for a character with 6500 attack. Speed, 2080. Average. But his posing skill is so overwhelming, I had to put him in the top 10. I had to. I wasn't putting him top 5 because the top 5 is like solidified to me every time. But that's number 7, guys. Number 6 is Blue Vegeta. It's just funny how good he is. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta Evolved, level max 99. HP is 4160. Attack is 8520. Defense is 1150. Speed is 2250. Posing skill, Realm of the Super Saiyan. Place on a trigger square for plus 1000 to attack and speed stacks during that turn only. If placed alone on the field, permanently gain plus 1000 and attack and speed and ignore opponent's defense for the turn. Bottom, middle, top right. Only reason this guy is on this list, guys, is one, when he gets that 1000 attack and speed, he has 9500 attack and 3000 speed. Phenomenal. And when you put him by himself, he is the hardest hitting O1 skill character in the game. Not even close. I don't want to hear any arguments. No. He ignores defense. I've hit for 24,000 on people. All I need to say is that. And it's not situational. I could do it. Every game, if I wanted to, I could run him turn 1. I'm killing the character I'm aiming at. Every single time, you actually can't stop me. Every time. Now, it's a throwaway pick, but you're suiciding to do it. But you're killing the character. And the main goal of an attack character is to kill characters. And that's the best goal. His HP is low. His attack is in the top 20. His defense is low. His speed is good because he's gaining 1000 speed, so he's faster than... Right? I'm at the end? All right. He's faster than you. faster than... He's faster than you with 01 skills, but he will be faster than you if I put him on the field one turn by himself, and then next turn he'll have 4,000 speed. Faster than you, faster than you, faster than you. And plus 1,000 attack and speed, that's one of the best posing skill activations in the game. You're gaining, basically his two most important stats are gaining by 1,000. To me, that's perfect, guys. If placed alone on a trigger square, I don't even need to mention that, but if placed alone on the field, permanently gain an additional 1,000 attack and speed and ignore defense, enough said. We'll hop into the top 5. Alright, guys, we are back. And number 5, I kind of rushed through 10 through 6. I'm very sorry. It felt like I was rushing. I had to go to the bathroom. I needed water. But I feel like these guys I really love talking about because they truly are, like, special units. I was watching Legends and Santana, and I personally play with him. I've played with everybody on the top 5. These guys are amazing. So number 368, Blue Gogeta. Level max 99. HP 6290. Attack is 7660. Defense is 550. And speed is 3090. I should have put all dupes into his attack, but I wanted to even him out. Once I get 4 more dupes, I'm probably going to put all 4 of them into his attack. So I can do 80,000 attack and 30,000 speed. I think that's like perfect for me. But defense, 550. And speed is 3090. Godly Fusion is his posing skill. Place on a trigger score for plus 20% to own damage dealt and to ignore decreases the damage opponent takes when you go first, that turn only, and minus 20% to own damage taken, and to ignore changes to opponent's damage dealt when you go second. Top left, top right. Goes in front of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Goes in front of Super Vegito. Easy money. Easy. Like, HP good. HP's pretty solid. In my opinion, HP's pretty solid. Attack, phenomenal. One of the best attack stats in the game, considering he gets a permanent 20% damage buff when you go first. More than likely, if you're going against an SEC skill team, you're probably going to go first. Defense, 550, and speed, 3090. I think his defense is ridiculously low. Not good. Speed, but we're talking about characters that are made to hit, and hopefully don't get hit often. Speed, 3090. When he goes first, guys, I want you guys to notice this. When he goes first, I used him in the Blue Goku free battle a couple videos ago when we did the Fusion video. And I think when I did the movie video as well, I used him. Trunks, he ignores Trunks, he ignores Whis, he ignores Super Gogeta when he makes himself take 20% less damage. It doesn't matter. Like, he ignores it. Like, and when I talk to people that are good at the game, like when I talk to Legend, when I talk to Santana, Jeezy, I downplay Whis so much because Whis is not that good anymore unless you have Evados, because there's so many characters that counter Whis. This guy in particular just ignores him when you go first. And the fact that he has 7,600 attack, and when you go first, he gets a plus 20% damage buff, along with the fact that he ignores Whis. He would ignore Blue Goku if you put a Blue Goku, the second Blue Goku in front of him. Ignore Blue Vegeta if you put the second Blue Vegeta in front of him. Ignore any character that lowers the amount of damage they take. Ignores it every time. And when you go second, he takes 20% less damage, which is fantastic, and ignores changes to opponent's damage dealt. So if you have a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in front of him, and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the OG one, is making himself take 15% more damage, making him do 50% more damage because you hit him turn 2 and it's turn 3, right? He ignores it. Doesn't matter. I think that's phenomenal, guys. And the way I built him, attack and defense, his defense is way too low. If you use SEC skills with him, he hits like a truck. But overall, I don't think there's really anything wrong with him besides his defense being too low. He's literally... If he gets in front of Evados, he's killing Vados. Because if you run him with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, it's an unstoppable combo, guys. So, we're going to be right back. Well, not be right back. Number 4, speak of the devil, Super Saiyan 4. I mean, not Super Saiyan 4, Super Vegito. Number 270, Vegito. Level max 99. HP is 3990. Attack is 7710. Defense is 970. Speed is 4140. Posing skill, the strongest fused warrior. Place on a trigger square for plus 350 to your attack, defense, and speed repeatable, and plus 10% damage taken by all opponents if you go first, minus 10% damage dealt by all opponents if you go second. Trigger square is top left, bottom right. He is, I will definitively say, if we're talking about characters that go with EX Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, because he is Like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is like special. He's top 5 in the game, arguably top 1 in the game. If you really want to argue, if you make an argument for him, I will never say no to him. Besides Toa, he goes in front of him and he goes behind Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta makes everybody take 15% more damage. He makes everybody take 10% more damage when you go first, and he has 4,000 speed, pushing 5,000 speed turn 3. Like, and he gains 350 to all stats. That's the big one. Like, turn 1, he's getting to 8,000 attack with almost 4,500 speed. And when you go first, that 10%, guys, matters. If you put him and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta top left, they kill the Vados every time. Like, that's the goal. When I think of characters that are made to kill characters, kill Vados, because Vados is one of the hardest characters to kill, because she is the most important character to defensive setups. If they have a Vados, you kill the Vados, you are very far ahead in the game, like way ahead of the game. HP a little low, defense a little low, but he's not made for tanking. He's not made to tank anything. He's made to kill, and that's it. So I think he's one of the best characters, top 5 in the game, obviously. At that, trigger square's phenomenal, bottom right phenomenal, top left phenomenal, bottom right phenomenal. And if you go second, everybody does 10% less damage. More than likely he dies, but he's helping everybody else out. So he's supporting the team when you go second, and he's supporting the team if you go first, because all your characters are going to hit them harder because plus 10% damage taken. So number 3, I'm actually surprised. I don't know who I have. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I think he edges him out a little bit, and I'll explain, because yeah, I'll edge him out. He edges him out a little bit. Number 337, Gogeta Super Saiyan 4. I just made a team with it. It worked fairly well. I was playing Santana. It worked fairly well. I think I made some mistakes, and that's why I lost. Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, level max 99, HP 6650, attack 7990, defense 690, and speed is 2640. Posing skill Crimson Fusion, place under trigger square for plus 350 to all stats. Plus 15% damage taken by attacked opponents, and plus 15% own damage dealt when you are attacked. Top left, bottom left, top middle. Top middle is probably, I don't want to say it's his best posing skill. I don't want to say it's his best trigger square, because, well, he does go in front of a Videl, which is phenomenal. I think every time you can go in front of Videl, that puts you, that puts characters above them. When they go, that puts him above almost every other character in the game, when you can go in front of Videl. Bottom left, he goes behind Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, he goes behind Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, he goes behind Super Vegito, he goes behind Super Vegito, he goes behind Blue Evolution Vegeta that you guys just saw, he goes behind Gotenks, he goes behind Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, who was number 10 on this list. He goes behind so many characters, and the plus 350 to all stats, guys, I think is one of the best things in the game, when you can just buff every stat, guaranteed no matter what. It's not like if you go second. It's not like if you go first. It's every time you're getting a gigantic buff of 350, right? Because 2 turns, that's 700. It's pretty good. Plus 15% damage taken by attacked opponents. So, for instance, EX Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Regardless, everybody's taking 15% damage. Everybody's taking 15% more damage when he's in his trigger square, right? But that's only if he's in his trigger square. If he hits somebody turn 1, hits Vados, turn 1, and then he doesn't kill Vados, because you have him just in front of Vados by himself, and he didn't really try to punish you and didn't put somebody behind Vados. Vados now permanently takes 15% more damage. If he hits the Master, Master takes 15% more damage. And if he also, by the way, if he gets hit, he does 15% more damage. You get this guy hit twice, he is one of the hardest hitters in the entire game. Because a 30% damage buff with a character that is making people take more damage, and he's gaining 350 stats, guys, I think he is one of the best. I think he's a perfect figure, in my opinion. Like, besides, like, you, and, like, the other 2 in front of him, because the other 2 in front of him truly are special characters. Beautiful special characters, guys. By the way, number 2, silver-haired menace himself. Number 315, Goku Ultra Instinct, guys. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, still my favorite character in the game. It's not even close. Level max 99, HP 2540, terrible. Attack 9,870, top 5 in the game, and I don't even have dupes into his attack. If I put dupes into his attack, he would have 10,570 attack. That is stupid as heck. Defense, terrible, 850. Speed, 2890. Pretty good. That's why I put dupes into him. I wanted a faster UI Goku. Placed on a trigger square. Subconscious strength is his posing skill. Placed on a trigger square for 1.1 times own attack repeatable. Also, increase own speed to 99,999. And minus 80% ultimate attack damage for all opponents on the field after turn order has been decided. Stacks during that turn only. Top right is his trigger square. Only reason he has 2 is because his trigger square is top right, and that's it. He only has 1. Because if you could put him in the back, he'd actually be the best character in the game. Wouldn't even be close. But when I mentioned you could run multiple characters on multiple teams, like for instance, Goku, you could run him on a speed team, but I prefer to have him on the defensive list because I run him mostly on defense. I don't know where I would put him, so I put him on speed because he has 2800 speed. But if you run him on defensive setups with SEC skills, he destroys everything. He's one of the hardest hitters in the game with SEC skills. He's one of the hardest hitting characters in the game without SEC skills, with just normal speed up base skills, and ADM up base skills, and ADM up F skills, which is why I have those skills on. Also, increase on speed to 99,999. I think that is very valuable because no matter what, UI Goku is going first, which means say you run a hybrid team with like speed and a little bit like slower team, but you made your team fast enough to go first, slow enough to go second. You could put him top right, future Gohan bottom left, or future Trunks bottom left, so you know you're going first because you have a 7,000 speed character on the field. So those two equal 10,000 speed. Plus, you could put anybody bottom right. Blue Vegeta, the attack Blue Vegeta, the second version, that gets 30% damage out, who was, I believe, ranked 3 in the game when I put 2 attack figures. He's killing the character in front of him just because look at his attack stat, and he's gaining 1.1 times, which means he's gaining 900 attack, which then next turn it means he's gaining 1,000 attack, and then he's gaining another 1,000 attack with some change, another 1,000 attack and some change, almost 12,000 attack and some change. But I do think that 99,999 speed is very valuable. I think it's underrated. I think it's criminally underrated. And then there's the 80% ultimate attack damage for all opponents. You can't die when he is on the field when they have an ult. You can't. Unless there's only like 4 characters that they have. Jiren, Rose, I believe the new Ultra Instinct Goku, but it's only a 10% buff, so like you're gonna probably have to get like maybe 3. If you get 3 of those buffs, it's big. But 80% is such a big number, guys. It is such a gigantic number. And Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He's the big one. Super Saiyan 4 Goku. If you get an ult with him, and he has UI Goku, he actually has to question putting UI Goku on the field, the person you're playing, him or she. Because 80% is such a big number, guys. Like, if you play Dokkan, I can't believe I'm comparing this game to Dokkan. If you play Dokkan, Golden Frieza, the Easy A Tech Golden Frieza, that's old, but still one of the best characters in the game, best defensive characters in the game, you're tanking almost everything because he's taking 80% less damage. Like, if you've used him, you know how good he is at tanking. You can put him in a million attacks, and he's taking significantly less damage than every other character in the game. You're taking significantly less damage with 80% ultimate attack damage, guys. Now, you can put him top left, you can put him bottom right, you can put him bottom middle, bottom left, bottom right, top middle, top left. You can put him anywhere because his attack stat transcends defense and speed teams, guys. But number one, let's just get to the business. Sorry, I want to shout out somebody because that was a comment. Shout out to No Torres. I want to say No Torres. I don't want to say Noe Torres because it's Noe, but No Torres. Top 10 worst figures in the game. I might have to do that. URs probably because I don't have Rs or SRs just because you only get a significant amount of box space. Number one, I probably mentioned him 30 times in this video. He is top 5 in the game overall. Guys, I don't even have him with dupes. I have 1 dupe. If I put all 10 dupes into him, guys, all 10, he's going to have 88,000 attack. I'm saying that now because his posing skill is one of top 10 best posing skills in the game. EX 21, Gogeta Super Saiyan 4. I don't know why we needed another one, but I'm glad we did. Level max 99, Highest HP out of everybody on this list, 8130, phenomenal. Attack 7980, phenomenal. Defense low, just don't get him hit. And he does have 8,000 HP, so he might be able to survive an attack. Defense 630, speed 2890, phenomenal. Considering they have the same speed and he has 7 dupes, he's gaining speed on his posing skill. Posing skill, overwhelming might. Place on a trigger square for plus 1,000 to your attack, plus 500 to your speed, and plus 15% damage taken by all opponents. Stacks during that turn only. They could have stopped right there, and it'd still be the best posing skill in the game. One of the best posing skills in the game. Gain a permanent plus 500 attack on odd turns, so turn 1, and then gain a permanent 500 speed on even turns. That's turn 2. Bottom left, top right. He goes... He goes in your trigger square, but if you put UI Goku in front of him, very good rotation. I would never argue that. He goes where he goes, but you could still put him with him top bottom left, him top middle, and then you could put Super Vegito top left. Everything's dying. He goes behind him. He goes behind him. He goes, you could still put him on the field because he goes bottom middle, put him bottom middle, him top right, and then Super Vegito bottom right, and then you're fine. Or if you wanted to hide him, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the OG one. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta goes behind him. He goes behind him, which is one of the best rotations in the game. Goes behind him, goes behind him. Guys, he is definitively the best character in the game. Like, top 5. I can't say best definitively because Toa makes him do literally nothing. But his attack is so good because he's gaining 1,000 attack, which means he's at 8,900 attack. And then he gains 500 speed, which means he's above 3k speed, which means he has almost the same amount of attack as you. Actually, when he gets his plus 500 attack buff, he's at what? He's at 8,300 attack? No, he's at 8,400 attack, plus another 1,000 because of his just guaranteed 1,000 attack buff he gets. He's only 400 attack less than him. He then gains 500 speed. Gigantic buff. And then a plus 15% damage taken. He single-handedly is the reason Vados players... There's a reason I'm scared to run Vados sometimes. Like, yes, but I don't even know why I have this team, by the way. Vados gets killed by almost every single character on this list fairly easy. Maybe with the exception of Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I don't think he kills quite as fast, but he does a tremendous amount of damage to her. And then you can, just put him, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta behind, and the character dies. And then the permanent buff, 500 attack, I think that's phenomenal. And the 500 speed on turn 2. He goes top right. You can put him in front of Super Vegito. You can put him in front of Super Vegito. You can put him in front of Super Vegito. Who else? Super Vegito. Put him in front of Final Form Frieza. Honestly, I think that might actually be a good setup. I'd like to actually see that ran, probably by me, because I'm saying it now. You could put him in front of him and him, because he's fast enough to make the team go first. You can use him with him, but obviously not in the same trigger square. You can run him with Vados. Vados top right, him bottom left. Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta top left. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta bottom left. And that is one of the best teams in the game, guys. I had that team made, but this top 6, 10 to 6 ruined it, guys. But that is going to do for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry if I rambled. These videos get very in detail to me, and whenever I do them, first of all, my AC is off because my AC is very hot, so I'm sweating a little bit. But overall, I think this was one of the easier lists to make. Like, literally, I think 1 to 5, so easy. So easy. And then I had a trouble putting these 3 on, because I think his posing skills still makes him one of the best in the game, because literally nobody can do anything to him. You can't do anything to him that hinders his stats or his damage. You just can't. Doesn't matter. He single-handedly is the reason Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is one of the best characters. Well, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta single-handedly is the reason he's on this list, if I'm being honest with you. 1 skill is the reason he's on this list, and just the amount of attack and speed he can gain. Ridiculous amount of attack. Support, and hit to hard as well. And then these guys, no explanation, guys. But that is going to do it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. Hope you guys had a fantastic day. Love y'all. Next video probably is going to be the best defensive characters in the game, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you when I see you.